Good day po sa lahat at welcome po sa ating simpleng video tutorial kung paano po mag-fill in sa ating personal data sheet, lalo na po yung sa mga gustong mag-apply sa Bureau of Fire Protection. So we will be using a personal data sheet from Civil Service Commission. Pwede nyo siyang i-download sa kanilang website and look for their downloadable forms. So like this, no? You have here personal data sheet, tapos i-click lang itong download. So ang pagkatapos niyo download, ito po yung sample na mga blank na personal data sheet. And by the way, reminder na bawal na po tayo mag-adjust sa mga tables, palitan or palakihan. And bawal din tayo mag-add ng table, no? Para if ever marami kayong entry, so bawal po kayong mag-insert ng table dyan. So if ever na sobra-sobra yung mga data ninyo, so na may note dito sa baba, no? You can continue it on a separate sheet if necessary. So ganun lang po. So ito po yung sample. May sample pa tayo na encoded po na mga data. So first we have the personal information. So of course, yung pangalan mo mismo. Kung lalaki ka, if you have your name extension, you can input here. Kung wala naman, so you can put NA. And additional, by the way, sa ating pag-input is bawal po natin abbreviate. So kailangan kompleto po lahat, no? Write in full po yung mga necessary na data na kailangan nyo input. If not naman, kung wala namang data or kung blanco naman yung fill upan nyo or yung data na hiningi, so you can put NA or NA as you can put NA if not applicable. So ganon. So we have surname, and by the way, pwede nyo siya mag-input ng data na naka-uppercase lahat. So naka-uppercase yan, uppercase, yan. So we have here your surname or your last name, and put also your first name and your middle name. So again, dapat kompleto lahat. Now, next we have the date of birth. So sa date of birth, we have the format MMDDYYYY or the month, day, and year. So may instances na pag input nyo ng data is though sinunod nyo yung pag-type nyo, like nag-type kayo, for example dito sa gilid, nag-type kayo ng December, tapos 25 1999. So sa akin, dahil naka-format na to, pero minsan yung resulta is naging ganito, December 25 1999, or ganun yung nangyari. So yung mga ganito pong bagay is bawal po yan or mali po yun sa entry nyo. So pag mag-submit po kayo ng ganyan yung entry, so malaking chance na ipapaulit sa inyo ang paggawa ng or pag-accomplish ng personal data sheet. So para hindi po maging ganito yung format, so pwede nyo pong gawin ito. So first is you type the hyphen, tapos yung number, let's say month, which is December, dahil yun yung nasa format, no, ng date of birth natin. Una yung month, tapos day, then slash, then year. So pag enter nyo yan, yung hyphen na character is hindi na yan makikita. Ang purpose lang yan is para hindi siya mabago mabago ng format yung in-entry nyo na data. Next, we have the place of birth, and the 5 and 6 which have the sex and the civil status. So male para sa lalaki, female para sa babae. So, kailangan nyo lang sa computerized data sheet, personal data sheet ninyo, so i-check nyo lang yung box, automatic na maglalagay ng X. Kung gusto nyo tanggalin, i-click nyo ng isa pa. So, ganyan lang. So, male. So, kung single, i-check nyo yung single, i-click nyo lang yung box. Kung married, i-click nyo lang yung box. Kung na. Tapos, we have the height. Height is in meters. So, wag po kayo baka ilagay nyo lang 170. So, dahil yun yung alam nyo na measurement, pero this is, kung in meters yan, so parang sobrang taas nyo na. So, commonly. So, 1.70. Yun lang. So, hindi nyo na kailangan lagyan pa dito ng meters or cm, etc. etc. So, value lang. And also, we have the weight. And your weight should be in kilograms, not in pounds. Baka may magaling dyan na maglagay ng pounds. So, i-convert pa. So, ang hinihingi lang natin is your weight in kilogram. So, we have also here the blood type. You are A+, A negative, B+, or B positive, or B negative, O, etc. etc. And meron tayong if you have these datas, no, like GSIS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, SSS, or T number, so you will put it there. Kung wala naman dun, is just put NA. Like GSIS, kung wala kang GSIS, so NA. Pag-ibig, though, dapat meron kayo nito kasi isa ito sa mga requirements na data na hinihingi ng bureau sa inyong application. So, we also the SSS, the TIN number, agency employee number kung employed kayo. If not, so just put there in A. Next, we have the citizenship. So, I guess kung mostly sa atin is Filipino, so just check the box which is Filipino. But if you are a dual citizenship, so check the appropriate or tick the appropriate box. And also, kung saan kayo or anong country kayo dual citizenship, so may drop down box kayo, i-click nyo lang tong black na arrow. Tapos meron na dyan kung saan na country kayo na dual citizenship. But if not, kung Filipino kayo, so hindi nyo na kailangan pumili or hindi nyo na kailangan i-click pa yung Philippines dito. So just leave it blank na lang. This is intended only for dual citizenship. Now, next, we have the residential address and the permanent address. So, kung isa lang yung residential at saka permanent address nyo, so, dapat pares lang din yan ng data lahat. So, house, block, lot number, street, we have the subdivision or village, we have the barangay, are you under city or municipality, and what province. And also, we have the zip code. Same pa rin kung pares pa rin kayo yung residential at permanent nyo. So, same pa rin yung data. Tapos, we have here the telephone number. And also the mobile number and your email address. So, as per advice, as much as possible, yung dapat gawa kayo ng email address na relate sa pangalan ninyo. So, either iunan yung apelido nyo, tapos pangalan, tapos any code number, or una yung pangalan, then apelido, then any number, para lang ma-identify, mas madali kayong ma-identify, lalo na sa pag-sending ng mga information directly sa inyong mga emails. So, next we have the family background. So, sa family background, hiningi dito is yung pangalan ng spouse nyo, sa mga partners niyo, if you are married. If none, so just put it there in A, no? Sa lahat ng kuan. Pati sa name extension, kung wala naman, so NA. And we have also here your father's surname and your mother's maiden name. So, lagay lang yung apelyido, tsaka pangalan, then middle name, and name extension kung meron. Kung wala, just put NA. Mother's maiden name or yung pangalan ng mama nyo sa dalaga pa sila. So, and yung data na ilagay nyo is dapat nakatapat sa surname, yung apelyido ng mama mo. first name nakatapat, tapos middle name nakatapat. Okay? And for your name of children, kung may anak na kayo, just put the names of your children. If none, NA. And by the way, kung isa or dalawa lang, tapos di ba na-observe niyo marami yung mga available na tables. So, kung isa or dalawa lang, so hindi niyo na kailangan maglagay ng nothing follows. No, just leave it blank in there. So we have the date of birth, same format pa rin, month, day, and year. And we have also the educational background. So, level, na given na yan, elementary, secondary, vocational, college, or graduate studies. So, name of school, so you should write it in full. No? Yung mga pangalan ng schools. Tapos, basic education, or degree or course, lagay nyo dyan. Tapos, period of attendance, pwede na year, no? Ano kayong, for example, sa elementary, so, anong year kayo nag-grade 1, tapos, anong year kayo nag-graduate ng grade 6. Yun lang. Tapos, highest level or units earned, NA lang po dito. Tapos, year graduated, the year, and scholarship, and academic honors received. Kung meron man, ilagay. Kung wala, NA. Now, if ever wala kayong vocational trade or trade course, so blanco to, so hindi nyo na kailangan na maglagay pa ng NA sa lahat ng boxes. So this point or in this way, so kailangan yung NA is na lang sa first table or sa tapat ng name of school. So graduate studies, kung wala kayong graduate studies, so NA lang. And kung marami naman kayong graduate studies, so you can, again, hindi bawal kayong mag-add ng table. Kung susobra man, so kailangan nyo i-continue sa separate sheet. No, yung mga data na gusto nyo i-present or encode. And we have here signature and date. So sa signature, as much as possible, yung signature natin, kung kailangan pasok lang sa box, no? Huwag masyadong malaki para hindi naman matabunan yung information na nasa ibabaw. Tapos yung date natin, so wala itong guidelines or specific kung anong format sa date natin. Ang advice lang dito, yung dapat yung dates ng personal data sheet ninyo is dapat pasok siya in between sa application period or sa submission of application folders sa ganun na period. So, yun lang yung dates na input niyo. And lastly, sa page 1 is dapat hindi mawala itong footnote. No, naka-indicate there is CS Form 212 Revised 2017, page 1 of 4. So, we have sa ating personal data sheet 4 pages pero 2 papel lang yan kasi naka back to back. So, ito yung back portion ng first page or ng unang papel. So, we have the civil service eligibility. So, yung eligibility ninyo, tapos rating, date of examination, place of examination, tapos license if applicable. Kasi kung nag-take kayo ng Civil Service Commission Fire Officer exam, so yung ganun na type ng exam is wala siyang license number at saka date of validity. Pero if ever yung kinuha nyo na exam is under RA 1080, like dito sa example is a board exam sa criminology, no? So kailangan i-emphasize there, no? RA 1080, your board or bar, tapos rating, then date of examination. Kasi dahil yung board exam ng criminology is consisting of 3 days, so be sure na malagay yung 3 dates sa isang table. And again, reminder, balik, so bawal po siya i-adjust yung height ng mga tables. So pwede nyo lang gawin is yung font size ng text nyo is iliitan ninyo. Tapos place of examination, so ilagay nyo yung school at yung address ng school. Then dahil ito ay board passer, so lagay nyo din yung license number nyo at saka date na of validity. Then proceed. Let's go to the work experience. So sa work experience, be sure na yung sa first line ng work experience nyo, ito yung pinaka recent ninyo na naging trabaho, no? If you're still employed or unemployed, so dito yung pinaka latest. So yung pinakauna ninyo na trabaho is dapat yun yung nasa pinakaibaba, at saka yung pinaka latest niyo na trabaho is nasa pinakaibabaw. So we have inclusive dates, same format, month, date, and year. Tapos, so ito, kung you're still employed, so you can, hindi na kailangan na magbutang ng date, but you need to indicate to present. Kasi employed pa kayo. Tapos, yung position title, yung department, then monthly salary, and we have also here the salary grade. So, hindi na kailangan maglagay ng SG dyan. So, pwede na yung 10 kung SG 10, 12 kung SG 12, or etc. So, status of appointment. So, kung yung status nyo is permanent, so ilagay. Kung hindi naman or hindi naman applicable, so you can put NA. So, and also last, we have, is it a government service, yung pinagtrabuhan nyo? So, if yes, just put it there, why? If no, just indicate the letter N. And sa baba na part, again, don't forget, no, huwag nyong iwala itong footnote. Tapos yung dates nyo and dates and signature. So yung yung signature dapat pasok sa box. Tapos yung date nyo is same pa rin sa page 1. Now let us proceed to page 3. Page 3, we have the voluntary work or involvement in civic and non-government or people voluntary organizations. So kung wala naman, so just put in A sa first table. But kung meron, so ilagay yung name at address ng organization, inclusive dates, from or to, then naka-format siya in month, day, and year, the number of hours, then position and nature of work. Kung sobra naman yung mga naging voluntary work mo, so okay lang na maglagay ka ng yung sobra pero in a separate sheet. Next, we have learning and development. So dito yung mga trainings niyo, kung if ever meron kayong training, so indicate nyo dyan yung type or complete name ng trainings ninyo. Tapos, inclusive dates, the same format, month, day, and year. From what year to what year, yung time nyo na nag-training kayo. So, number of hours. Tapos, type of learning and development. So, is it technical? Is it supervisory? Or is it managerial? Etc. And conducted or sponsored, no? Sino yung nag-sponsor ng training nyo or sino yung nag-conduct ng training nyo, indicate nyo pa rin yan. And again, kung wala na kayong additional, hindi na kailangan magbutang ng nothing follows. And other information, so we have special skills and hobbies. So pwede nyo dyan i-indicate kung ano yung hobbies nyo, kung ano yung skills nyo. Tapos non-academic or mga recognitions or commendations, dito ilagay. Kung kung isa or dalawa lang, so hindi na kailangan ng nothing follows, just leave it blank. Also, if you have an organization, so indicate nyo pa rin din. Now, next, we have still, no? Nasa page 3 na tayo, pero kailangan pa rin yung signature and tsaka date format. So, last page, dito may mga series of questions, no? So dito rin isa rin 'to basehan kung yes kayo, so meron tayong question diyan. Kung if yes yung sa mga question yung sagot nyo, so you need to explain or you need to give details bakit nag-yes kayo. But if no, just tick the box no, then you can proceed now. You can proceed. So, and we have also here references. So sa notes sa format, sa template, no, your references should have persons that are not related to you. And be sure nga sa paglagay ng information or data dito, dapat complete yung name with address and contact number. And dapat kumpleto itong tatlo sa mga references nyo. And be sure na yung number na binigay nyo is accessible or pwedeng matawagan. In case kung may query yung bureau sa naging references ninyo or in regard sa application ninyo. And also we have here ID picture. So the size needed is passport size, which is 4.5 cm by 3.5 cm. And be sure sa paglagay ng photos niyo, so bawal yung photocopy na ID picture, tapos nag-photocopy lang tapos in-attach dito. And bawal also, though it is a computerized datasheet, so bawal kayo maglagay parang naka-encode na ID picture niyo. So bawal 'yun. So ang kinakailangan is pumunta kayo ng mga photo studios, then doon kayo magpa-take ng picture or ng ID picture. You can also search the format for passport size na makikita pa rin sa Civil Service Commission na website. So makita yung standard na forma sa pag-take ng picture nyo sa passport size. And also will be requiring the PDES will be requiring a government issued IDs. So you can still search for government IDs sa ating Civil Service Commission website. And makita nyo kung ano yung mga qualified na mga government issued IDs. So naka-indicate, naka-mention doon. So ano yung ID na ginamit mo, your license number or ID number, tapos date and place of issuance, i-indicate nyo dyan. We have here sa gitna na box, dito is ilagay nyo, dito kayo maglagay ng signature ninyo. And again, be sure na yung signature niyo is hindi siya lalagpas sa box, or as much as possible pasok lahat yung signature niyo sa box. And don't forget to put a date. And we have also here right thumb mark. So sa right thumb mark niyo, be sure na vertical yung pag-entry niyo ng thumb mark niyo. Wag pa gilid, wag pa tihaya or paslant. Dapat naka-vertical lang yan. And lastly, we have here your person administering oath. So be sure na pirmado ito ng either sa PAW or any private lawyer. Huwag kalimutan maglagay ng date kung kailan na notarize ang inyong personal data sheet. And again, don't forget, baka hindi masama sa printing niyo yung footnote, so kailangan meron pa din ito. So kung makita nyo, nasa page 4 of 4 na tayo. So I guess yun na lahat ng mga basic information na kailangan sa pag-fill out ng personal data sheet. Hopefully, nakuha nyo yung idea sa tamang pagsulat or pag-entry ng data ninyo sa inyong personal data sheet. So, that would be all, and thank you for listening.